Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I made a video and I finished this Corvette, so I figured that was a good time as any. And I gotta tell you, I wasn't really digging it. I painted it and I thought, man, this is terrible looking. I was shooting for a 70s vibe, but the more it went together, the more I kind of started to like it. So I'll show it to you and see what you guys think. It's a fictitious, it's not a, replica of anything, but it's a modified production, C modified production, you can see on the window there. And this kit's, everybody knows these old kits, how they've been repopped a number of times and the molds are wore out, and they're just very rough kits. And for some reason these Corvettes, they don't make the top correct. Like, they give you a back glass that comes to the back of the door, but it didn't fit hardly at all. The top really didn't even fit the car very good, but did the best I could with it. And it needs that door post, which they don't give you. I guess they figure the end of the glass is the post, and they don't give side windows, which I like side windows in my drag cars. I got to put the numbers in class somewhere. So what I did is I made my own post, and then I had to glue the roof on first, which made it impossible to put a window in from the backside. So I just started racking my brain thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I took a piece of clear sheet from a bakery package, I guess is what it actually was from, and I held it in place and used a black Sharpie, and I just drew the outline of of where I wanted it, and I cut along that outline, and it was damn near perfect. I mean, you can't even see the black Sharpie, I guess because of the interior being black, but I just kind of fit it in as best I could. It's kind of flush, kind of on the outside a little bit, but it worked out pretty good, so I'm not complaining. And the windshield post there, I did that after I painted the body. I painted that gloss black, and then when I cleared the whole car, after that I taped off all the rest of the car and shot the windshield frame with the SMS chrome paint, which I also did the bumpers and the grill, which I'll get to in a minute here. Seems like I have a little more to say about this one than most, but you can see the bumpers and the grill turned out real nice. I like that paint, the SMS chrome paint. And the body paint, that was another experiment that was kind of a happy accident, maybe, I don't know. I painted the whole thing a pearl white, and then I taped off these little panels along the roof, the trunk, even into the side of the car. And I sprayed pearl red in some, pearl blue in some, and then I thought it kind of needed more, so I tried to take my airbrush and just like fog the edges. Well, I made a total mess out of that. I'm a little too shaky for that, and I probably didn't have the airbrush set a tight enough spray, a very fine spray. It was coming out a little too heavy. So then what I did is I just shot some more white over it to kind of hide some of the mist, and then I guess I sprayed more pearl. Yeah, I would have had to, because the white would have covered the pearl. So it's kind of subtle, and I think it's okay. And then in the coves there, I just put some clear red, and I think that worked out kind of good too. And I tried something new that also was kind of a failure. I put bare metal foil on these emblems, thinking I could, after I painted it, I could rub the paint off, and it sort of worked in some spots, but like you can see there, if I can get close, it went through a little bit on the edge of the foil. If you look around the circular emblem there, you can see that it kind of went through, but it's okay from a distance. The wheels and tires are all resin, and I couldn't remember what I used on the wheels on the last one that I liked so much, so I used some aluminum paint and tried buffing it up a little bit, and then I took some gold and did all the little bolts inside, and then some stainless, I think, on the lug nuts. Added valve stem. So overall, I mean, I think they're okay. They're not quite as good as the other Corvette that I did that I really liked the wheels on, but it's okay. and my mold kind of disintegrated on these front wheels, so they're not good quality. And I just made another mold, but I'm waiting for some better resin rather than using this epoxy that never seems to harden. It always stays flexible, and I don't like that. So I can hopefully make some more. And we'll show the inside under the hood here quick. Let me not try to hold it, I'm too shaky. It's the small block Chevy from the 66 Nova kit, and got the mandatory Excel coil for the 70s. The carburetors are also the ones from that Nova, but I tried to detail them by drilling out the Venturis a little bit. I don't know if you can see. I guess you can see. And there are also resins that I made, so there's a few little voids, but it's not bad. Underside is very simple, very rough. I just did as much as I could to get the front end low, which meant I had to grind away a lot of the bottom of the A-arms just to keep them from dragging the ground. And the rear, I made up a 4-link suspension. Like I said, very rough, but you never see the underside from sitting on the shelf. And I'm gonna ask a favor of you guys. If anybody, I reached out to 2 guys that I know have old magazines. One was Rob at Papa's Model Car Room, and the other was Paul at Styrene Relics. None of them have it, but I'm looking for the August 1972 issue of Rod and Custom. I don't want the magazine, but there's an article in there called Sketchpad where Tom Daniels drew out ideas for a 41 Ford, 41 Plymouth, and 41 Chevy coupes. And if anybody has that who watches this, if you could take pictures of those pages and email them to me, it would be greatly appreciated. And I will put my email in the description. It's already in there, the channel description, but I'll put it in as a description of the video. And while on that subject, if anybody has a broken up 41 Ford Woody and wouldn't mind parting with the front clip, the hood, the fenders, grill, bumper, everything that kind of goes from the firewall cowl forward, or even if it's broken half, I'd take the whole front half with the roof and doors and all. And the key catch to that is you'd have to be willing to ship it to Thailand. I'd gladly pay for the shipping and pay you for the, for what you have. But if anybody wants to get involved there and has something, that I can use, I'd appreciate it. And I was going to show the bench, but I'm trying to keep this video not too long. And I'm seeing, actually, I guess I'm at 8 minutes. I think I can still give a quick update on the bench. And move over here. I'm still working on my Willys, and the body is getting close. I got a few more putty spots. Put some magnets to hold the trunk lid, and if I can find the trunk lid, you can see that actually works. Got a little bit more. Actually, it fit a little bit better, but the one magnet came off, and I had to glue it back on. So I got to work at that a little more. I also did magnets on the hood. Inside here is a piece of thin metal. This side has a magnet. I used whatever I could get room for, whatever I could get in. And I had a problem with the magnets when I stuck them in there. I ended up with 2, and I couldn't get the other one off, and I broke the roof a little bit trying to get it. So I'm just going to use it the way it is. It fits, it stays, it locks. So that's all I can ask for. So I'm really anxious to get this in paint. And the chassis is coming along. It's been fighting me like everything does. It seems, I do all my test fitting. Things fit, and then I start to go together again, and then they don't fit. I had some interference that I had to tackle. Like the back of the roll bar, I had a bar going all the way back to here, but it got in the way of the back, at the trunk, so I had to eliminate that. And you won't see any of it when it's together, but I kind of like to have everything that's supposed to be there, have it be there. And the engine also It's not an AMC, but it's got AMC heads and valve covers, so it'll look like an AMC. And I made a scratch built that water pump and timing covers. Probably hard to see. I still got to put a like an electric motor type thing on there to drive the water pump. But it looks the part. I had problems with headers because the first ones I had on there, they drug the ground. Now I'm butchering up some other headers and trying to get something to fit in there. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. And again, if anybody can help me with the magazine and possibly the 41 front clip, I'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.